Okay, so welcome to all you lovely volunteers who've come to our festival. I said this before I pressed the record button, so this is why I'm being really short now. We're really happy to have people from all over the world, and you're the people that are going to make the festival work. You're the people that are going to make people feel welcome and safe. Safe might be more important because you're the people that will get people out of burning buildings, if there are any, that will stop people being lost. And I was especially asked to mention that you're definitely going to stop all the fights. And you're going to do that by being very welcoming, because if people are happy and feel safe and know what they're doing and aren't stressed, then the whole festival will go better and things won't go wrong. So those are the two big things you're going to do. I think Rasheen's going to work you quite hard, but I hope you'll have lots and lots of time to see the fantastic storytelling and meet loads of people. This is a friendly festival. That's what we're really proud of. And eat the fantastic food. And that's all I've got to say, but I think Rasheen's got a few more things to say, to add to it.
I can only echo, thank you very much, all of you, for being part of the team. Friendly is the word. The Food Museum love having us because we are friendly. And although every festival is hard work, apparently we make the hard work fun as well. So I'm sure those returning and those who are coming for the first time will join in that. My key messages are, number one, I've sent you out a steward's handbook. We've whittled it down to some fairly core facts. I know not everybody likes to read through these things, but at least flick through and look at the bits that are pertinent to you. They are really important. We try not to overload you. Have a quick look. If you've got any questions, give me a shout before the festival or Rachel during the festival. The friendly bit is really important, but, you know, speak softly and carry a big stick. There's a balance between being very friendly and welcoming and being a little firm and just herding people gently in the right way. Some people will respond totally to kindness, others need a little bit firmer handling. And if it's not in your nature to be over friendly or over firm, just point them in the direction of someone who is, because, you know, that's the balance. Please forgive us if we have not got all the answers immediately at the time when you expect them. We are human beings, we are juggling complexity, and that in itself is quite difficult. We will have lots of things. Rachel and myself will be working as a team. Rachel will be heading up most of it during the week, and I will be mostly emceeing and looking glamorous. However, we're all there to help. But if you see something needs doing, please either do it or bring it to the attention of someone who can get someone to do it. You know, don't go, oh, they haven't done anything about that. Just either say, is anyone doing that? Or would you like me to do that? Or just do it. We're perfectly happy with that. Marian's over-egged the overwork bit because I won't be overworking people. Thank you so much for the setup crew. That's the kind of magic bit in the background that nobody sees. And I know we've got some amazing people who've done it before or who haven't, but will energetically get in there and create the magic. If you've done a lot in setup, we will be trying to make sure you get more time off to compensate. We're not really here to overwork anybody. It's supposed to be fun for all of us. But if at any time you feel confused, lost, angry about something, or just like a bit slightly irritated, please come and find myself or Wallace or Rachel. Probably not Marion, she's very busy. But, you know, we're here to listen. We're here to help if we can. And if you don't tell us, we can't do anything about it. There's no point telling us at the end of the festival, if only this had happened, if only you'd done or not done or somebody had done. You know, we can't do anything about that. Communication is the key to all this. Communication and community, it's no coincidence that they sound very similar, because if you don't have one, you don't have the other. And that's it, really.
Busy, me, I'm going to swan round, having a lovely time. So
well, we'll try and make sure you get the chance this year, which you don't normally.
would it help to go through the roles very quickly that you might be asked to do?
Yes.
Just
Well,
pick out a few
has anybody
things.
got any questions rather than us go through them? Questions?
Fish and chips Thursday night?
No, I'm glad you asked that, Ed.
Oh,
We
no.
We have our lovely food van, Cooking with Artane,
Okay.
and they're going to be coming on Thursday afternoon. So I asked them if they'd cook for us. So if you're there on Thursday night, you get
Oh, yeah.
first chance to try their meal. She's already thought of a menu. But
Excellent.
are you there on Wednesday?
No, I'm arriving Thursday afternoon.
Oh, so you'll get lovely Amy from Cooking
But
with Artane.
I'm sure there'll still be lots of setup required Thursday afternoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's leave it. Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
We're
great.
saving things for you, Ed.
Huh?
But more about the food, you do get, don't forget, you get meal tickets.
Oh, yeah.
You get a free meal ticket every day that
Yeah.
you can take to the food stall and have whenever you want.
Okay.
So, yeah. Good. I'm glad we covered the important things first. Other questions? Other things you need to know? I wanted to talk a bit about the venues. There's 3 venues. There's a huge, beautiful tithe barn. There's a little stage just outside the tithe barn so that we can have one show ready, usually music ready to go in between the storytelling. And that's in a little tent outside. And then we've got an outdoor tent. It's called the Stage in the Glade, and it's surrounded by trees. Absolutely beautiful. All the venues can be quite chilly in the evening, so wrap up warm and bring blankets. The barn was really cold last year because it's got these huge doors that have to stay open because it's a fire risk. But this year, we're allowed to close the doors as long as there's a steward standing by them at all times to open them in case of emergency. And also, if you're stewarding one of those venues, you get to use a head counter, a little clicker. I've got some day glow clickers for you to use.
Woo.
Anything else we need to say generally about? Oh, I know the other thing I want to say about the venues is that when you're stewarding the venues, you're not just letting people in and clicking and seeing how many people there are. You're kind of in charge. So it's up to you to make the space look really nice and welcoming before people come in, and make sure the chairs are arranged nicely, and you've picked up all the litter from the session before, and also to leave it looking nicely at the end, and to look after the performer and make sure they're happy and they don't need it. They've got everything they need. So it's a bit more than just standing there and taking tickets or looking at wristbands.
If I can add to that, clickers. It might seem like a very small thing, but if we're looking for future funding and we're also planning on what's worked well and what hasn't, having the numbers is really important. I've prepared a spreadsheet, very simple one. If you're the one in charge of a clicker, you go back to the green room. There is a little thing that says this was your venue. You just put a number in there. It's really not that onerous, but it's just a bit of information, but it is so vital. Please don't overlook it. Number 2, the environment. If you are assiduous in cleaning up the venue, then when you get to go in a venue and someone's been assiduous, you won't have all the extra work of cleaning it up before you start. I know some of you have been to bigger festivals where they have dedicated artist liaison. We're not big enough yet, but in link with the MC, if you need to just look after your performer, that would be great. The performers will be very aware that we're not a massive venue, we're not a Rolls Royce. If they wanted that, they wouldn't be coming. So as long as you kind of just keep an eye out, friendly, ask them what they want, or if the MC says, could you, that you do, that's fine. It's not a biggie. Daphne, just to say,
Yes.
I know you've got issues, removement and stuff. We are thinking of majoring on things like the information desk, so you don't have to run around. Okay. So we are taking into account your preferences.
I was going to ask, thank you. I was going to ask that if there's only one person there and they're clicking on the door and then they get called away.
There will never be one person.
Huh? Oh, okay. That's what I thought you said. There was one person. Okay.
Be aware, if you are in a stewarding team, you're part of a team. You will have one person on the clicker. You might also have another person who is keeping an eye on the MC. If the MC says, can you go and get, you know, this amazing person a drink of water, or can you go and find it? Or it's happened to me once at Festival at the Edge, where the particular artist that I was supposed to be looking after as MC was having trouble with his medication and had totally forgotten where he was. So I did need my stewards to go and try and find out where he was, whether he'd take these pills. So, you know, yes, we're not going to, it's very rare that you will be a lone steward. And even if you are, it will only be in a place where you're in eyesight of someone you can go, help. So nobody will be left on their own, I promise you.
And that performer is not on the task list for this festival on this occasion.
No.
And talking about being a small team, we are all in together. So there's one green room that's for the performers and the crew. And we had a lovely big green room last year, and we have a much smaller one this year. So, oh, hang on, Sarah Beavens has just arrived, jolly good. So do be careful of the space. And last time, I think I was the worst. We all left stuff lying all around the green room. It's a place where if you've got instruments or valuables, you can leave that safe overnight, but try and take your things with you. And yeah, just be mindful that there's other people. In fact, on Friday night, we get a little extra thing. Shonali Cumbers is, she broadcasts Twilight Tales every Friday evening at 6:30, wherever she is in the world. And this Friday, she's going to be in Stowmarket. So she's going to take over the green room for half an hour. So if you need to go into the green room between 6:30 and 7, then you will become Shonali's audience, and you'll be very welcome. So that kind of thing will be happening in the green room that we need to think about.
If I can just add to that, just being a little mindful of other people's energetic spaces is good, because if you've got a performer that's trying to get ready or someone broadcasting or whatever, you know, we might have been out on the field and we're broadcasting at that level. Just if we can all be a little bit kind to each other, that will really, really help the community. Thank you.
So as well as the venues, there's the information desk, information tent. And this year, the information tent's right in the hub of the festival. And so you'll be a real part of the festival. And there'll be some people sitting at the tent giving out information and welcoming people. And some people wandering around Home Close, which is the little area right in the centre of the festival. And one thing I might ask you to do is help with the evaluation. So because it's a storytelling festival, we don't want people having to write too many forms. So we're going to ask people to record just some comments about the festival that we can put together afterwards. So just to warn you, if you're up for that, I might ask you to do it.
Can I just break in? I know I've just come.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Sarah.
My invite said 6:30, so yeah, I don't know.
I couldn't remember what the time was.
Yeah, well, so the thing about feedback is that lovely feedback is fantastic to get, but we really work on improving our festival if we get feedback that's not so great, because this lets us know what doesn't go well. And that's what we can help to put right.
And people love to tell you what you got wrong.
Well, they don't, because they're British, most of them, aren't they? And they
British
don't say that sort of thing.
Lovely.
Yes.
Lovely. Subtext, I'm never coming back. Yeah. Yeah.
Sarah's our publicity queen, so she knows about what information she wants to get out of people at the end of the festival.
I want the dirtiest, darkest comments, because I think those are the things that really help us to improve. We need the good ones so that we can publicize them. The other ones we need to work on really hard.
We need the particular comments, don't we? We don't want people just saying that was lovely or that was terrible. We want to know why it was terrible and why it was lovely. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to know why it's terrible. I am the festival curmudgeon after all. That's my job.
Can we just speak to the point? If somebody is coming to anybody and they are complaining, if they're at that level, who do they go to? Because I would imagine nobody's expected to stand there and receive a complaint. Is that to Rachel or
Marion,
where does that go?
you, Marion or me, Marion or Rachel, I think.
Yeah, or Rasheen. Oh yes, no, Rasheen's stewarding, so don't bother
I mean,
Rasheen.
She's
Clarence,
emceeing. She's emceeing.
Not emceeing, sorry. Yes, and if we don't know how to fix the comment, we'll know the person who does. So
Can I
yeah.
just add something to that? If it is very museum specific, grab a member of the museum staff. That's what they're there for. We are not there to field difficulties, and the museum staff will be the first to say, if it's about us, tell us, we can then fix it now rather than wait. So don't be afraid to go, I think what we need is to just let the museum staff know that bin needs emptying, that child needs rescuing from the tree, the pregnant horse is just eating somebody, so we might need to do something. Can I just say, not everyone will be asked to do campsite type duties. They are probably the sort of drain hole of the festival. And Wallace, bless him, is Mr. Campsite. And if he's got to tell people to do things, it's only because he has to. He is the most unofficious man I know. So if people start getting twitchy about campsites, can you just refer them to him, because he will deal with them beautifully, because he's good at that.
And I will hit them where it doesn't show.
Good plan, Wallace.
Yeah.
Wallace, is there anything you want to say about the campsite that you want people to know?
I don't think it's vital at this point. Inevitably, depending on the weather, there may be minor changes, but it's very similar to last year. The layout of the campsite is fairly self-explanatory, and those who are involved, it takes about 10 seconds to explain it. I think the only thing I would say is that if for some strange reason you get to learn that there is someone approaching the gate, the Lockington Place gate, is it Lockington Place? Yeah. Then please do let me know, because one of the big problems last year was that well-meaning members of the museum who have passes which enable them to open the gate would let people in who were coming to camp, and then we would have no knowledge of their arrival. We would have no means of guiding their pitching. So if you find that, if you get to hear of that, please do let me know. My phone number is on the guidance.
And I must say, at least one people who insisted they knew better than who was advising them did end up to their axles in mud, and it took quite a lot of ingenuity to get them out. So, you know, we're not being officious. We are actually being helpful, even if they don't believe that at the time. So please support that.
Yeah, the grass looks the whole field looks very inviting. But if you drive in the wrong place, you get bogged.
Yeah. There's a little lake right in the middle. I know, because I've camped in it before now.
Yeah. Yeah. So is it the same? Is it similar to last year, but they want us at the top end of that field where all the grass behind is growing, left to be left alone, blah, blah, blah.
It's broadly speaking, it's tents down the far side near the sort of Wimney bomb.
Yeah.
And motorhomes down the side nearest the road, so that if we do get bogged, we can actually pull them out.
Okay, excellent, excellent. I mean, I'm happy to do campsite stuff or be on the gate when needed. Yeah,
we were counting on you, darling.
I know.
Will you do it as you, Ed, or will you do it as anemia?
Well, I was going to ask because I think there are some different factors this year, so I don't mind. I mean, I was going to talk to you, Marion. I was going to say, look, do you want any drag, or do you want me to just be in normal boy mode? Because I was going to leave it totally in your hands.
We want a bit of both, but it is going
Can
to.
I suggest
Yeah.
campsite, boy,
Yeah.
meet and greet, anemia? That would
Okay.
work perfectly energetically.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
But
okay. Got it.
weren't we thinking about offering photographs of you
We'll
with
chat,
people to
Ed.
do selfies? Or maybe you hadn't heard about that.
So,
I think that would be fab for the meet and greet. I think up on the field, the boys get
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
So-
We don't want you sinking in your high heels.
In the red. Exactly.
Terribly undignified, darling.
Now, one thing you're probably going to mention this anyway, but last year we talked about a whiteboard in the green room, which had everything clearly laid out so that we all knew where the hell we were supposed to be and exactly what bloody times. Are we gonna crack on with that this year? Because it's when you're looking at the sheets of paper on the table, as opposed to a lovely big whiteboard with my name in that little box at that position at that time. It just makes my, I don't know, what does everybody else think?
I agree.
Yeah, I think a grid is fantastic. That just goes like the program goes. That is wonderful. It sorts everybody out. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I have been working on much simplified grids. The program is beautiful, but if you rush in and you're going, where the hell am I next? You want a little box that goes there, you. We are working on that. Rachel and I are liaising. Marion, we need to talk about whether we've already got a freestanding whiteboard. If not, we can maybe sort that out. But that is part of the idea, Ed. That was a big learning from last year. We all need to just be, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Noted.
That's fine. And will there be tea and coffee? I mean, I can bring some stuff if you need stuff.
Absolutely.
We've got a float for tea and coffee, and we'll keep that topped up.
Okay.
But if you want to bring treats,
Yeah.
that would be lovely.
Yeah, I'll bring some bits.
There'll be a few treats to start with, and then when they get eaten, it's up to anyone else to replenish them. And people who haven't met Ed before, Ed is our resident drag queen, and I think every festival needs one. We're so lucky.
Yeah, we are dead lucky.
No, thank you very much.
And someone was talking about sometime getting you to, maybe next year, getting you to do a makeup demonstration.
Yeah,
because that's one of the best bits of the festival, watching you put your face on.
Okay, yeah, well, we could do that. Oh, yeah, no, we could give that a go. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm looking for. I mean, I've read through the program. You've got some great people. I'm really looking forward to some of the performers this year. So it's going to be good. Yeah.
So, has anyone else got things they'd like to ask or like to know that we haven't covered?
I have a couple of questions, if that's okay.
Oh, yes, please.
I only have an Irish phone, and I think making phone calls is going to be tricky. WhatsApp for me is free in any country, so I don't know if you have WhatsApp. If you're any of your WhatsApp users, but I could connect through that, but I won't be able to be. I don't want to be ringing English mobiles, because I'll lose my credit and then won't be able to contact anybody.
Can I pick this one up?
Yeah.
Last year we tried having everyone on a WhatsApp group, which didn't work because some people didn't have the right phone and da. But good thing is, Daphne, we do have WhatsApp, and we can connect you with myself, with Rachel, and then you can just WhatsApp those of us that you want to at that time. It won't be a whole volunteers group, but yeah, we can deal with that. That's really easy. In fact, before I arrive, I will connect. I will go in and see if I can connect with you on WhatsApp anyway.
Okay.
Can we not have a group and just kind of know? Because if we have a group and those people who can't get in are probably going to be a minority, with the greatest of love to you, Daphne. But the internet is universal and WhatsApp is universal.
Yes, WhatsApp's good.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
a mobile, just ringing a mobile number. If I have a list of mobile numbers, if I try and ring them, I will not be able to ring or use anything because it'll just kill my phone.
Yes.
Because I can't top up in England. You see, I've tried to find out here in Ireland, and they said really that just use data, which equals, like you say, yeah, WhatsApp.
It does equal WhatsApp. Yes.
I feel your pain, Daphne. I'm trying to get registered as a bloody Irish citizen, and it won't accept me because I've got an English bloody phone number.
Oh, you're
I'm not
joking.
Irish enough for them. Damn it.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask Trish here, you are the WhatsApp queen. Would you be happy to add people to a WhatsApp group? And
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I think it depends on, because I'm mindful for Cheryl, for Em, for Susie, for Despina. Is that right, Despina? What would you prefer? Would WhatsApp work? I know not everybody's here, but for those who are here, WhatsApp would be
definitely.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can set up a channel. I think Roisin's probably the best one to set it up just because she's got all your phone numbers and whatnot. So if Roisin's happy to do that, and then if we can keep that separate, so we have a channel just for us. And then, because I'm mindful when it goes live, there'll be messages coming in all over the place. And you might be like, 6 million of these have got nothing to do with me. But obviously we can agree between us and say, right, this is the etiquette we choose to use for our WhatsApp group during the festival. And hopefully that will be the most inclusive method. So it definitely is for everybody here. And then Roisin, I'm sure we'll check in with those who are not here.
And we can be mindful of people who aren't on WhatsApp and maybe buddy up with them so that they get any messages.
Yeah.
I will undertake to put everybody who I've got a phone number for on WhatsApp. I think one particular person who had a problem last year is now not coming. So, you know, that's very sad, but it does solve that problem. And yeah, we can check in with everybody before we start our shifts. Is anybody not getting WhatsApp? Do they need extra mindfulness? But I'm fairly certain, looking at all the phone numbers I've got, that all of you that are now here and the ones that will be looking at this as a recording will probably be on the WhatsApp. So I can also say, if I'm now sending you out a group WhatsApp message, please just WhatsApp me back saying you've got it, and then anybody who didn't get it, we can pick up anyway, so we can mop them up. Yeah?
Yeah.
Does that sound all right, Trish? And everybody?
That sounds lovely, yeah. Sound okay with everybody else?
Yes.
Blended. And will we have any little walkie-talkies? I know Rachel mentioned that before, but I don't know if that's anybody follow up with that or not.
I think the museum will give us something, won't they, Marion?
They have in the past, yes. I'm not sure how much we used them last time.
Okay.
Is that there are certain codes in the management plan, aren't there? So purple is a lost child. For instance, so you say code purple, and that will be in the management plan, which I'm sure you've been given.
I think it might be better to leave the museum staff to have the radios because they're experienced in using them, and we just go and find a member of staff if we need something.
Yeah. Well, one thing I remember, Marion, from last year is myself and Wallace, we shared a radio when we were on that gate. So if you are stuck on that gate, trying to contact somebody that might be in one of the main buildings or whatever, you know, that's actually not the easiest thing to do. So if we could have a radio, if the campsite team could have a radio or access to a radio, that might make life a lot easier. Otherwise, myself and Wallace could find ourselves running around like mad trying to find somebody if someone's got a query at the bottom gate or something.
I agree. I think that top gate, if we could have be on the museum's network, that would make sense logistically.
Thank you, Ed, for saying that. You put it so much more elegantly than I could.
Well, you know, yeah.
The old smoothie.
No, you know, you try. But also, it's just because you're going to have all the visitors who have got the magic key, the magic card or whatever, and then you'll have our visitors and that, you know, and then people might ask us questions and blah blah blah. So you know, so I think definitely if you're on that bottom gate or top gate, whatever you want to call it, I think a radio would be really handy.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, okay, getting back to the, sorry, I won't bore you to tears. Getting back to the campground, Thursday, do we know how many people we think are arriving Thursday, and tents? Because if you remember last year, that Thursday night, it was getting dark and we were assisting putting up tents. And I'm just wondering, you know, if we know there are people coming this Thursday with their own tents, will they want to help setting them up? Like we all did last year, where we all jumped in.
We did.
So this year we have Chris Mastrici is offering pre-pitch tents, and lovely Rob, I don't know if he's going to be there or not. It's really sad. He's got a new job and difficult shifts, but if he is, I am personally going to make sure he has a pre-pitch tent.
Yeah, love him. I was going to ask if Rob was going to be my partner in crime this year.
So yes, there's about 10 of us on Thursday, and yeah, it might be lovely to have help putting up tents.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And
think
tall
there's only
people for
one
the
person.
drapes, please. Ed,
There's only one
up
person.
ladders on Friday morning to put the drapes up.
Yeah, it's fine.
I wanted to go back to what you were saying about people with their own keys to the museum grounds. If you're a local resident, you just pay museum entrance once and you get membership for the whole year. And some people have got cards so that they can get in through the gates, walk their dogs and go out the other end. But those cards only last until, I think, 6 o'clock at night. So it doesn't mean there's going to be people going in and out all through the night. And also some of our events are open to museum goers. That's part of the deal with the Food Museum. And part of them are ticketed only events. So you need to work out which is which. And it's really nice just to welcome the museum goers in, because they're the people who have maybe never been to a storytelling event before and don't know what on earth it is.
Yeah.
And, you know, once we've caught them, we've, you know, once you hear a good story, then you're hooked for life, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I've got some cards, like you asked. Should they be needed?
Lovely, thank you.
Yeah.
You're getting there nice and early, aren't you, Susie? Let's have a chat about what we're going to do with cards. Yep.
I've got a little stash. Oh, sorry, go on, Despina.
Thanks. Just a quick question. So I'm coming on Thursday, but I don't know exactly what time I'm arriving with Daphne, but Daphne's got a room somewhere. And where exactly are you putting me?
Rasheen, you have you
You're
organised?
muted, love. Can't hear you.
Sorry, I was muted. We've put you down for the pre-pitch tent. So there should be a tent made up for you with bedding and duvet and all the rest of it. And Wallace and I will personally give you your own hot water bottle.
I remember that. Yeah, thank you.
Daphne, I think, knows where she's going. So all you'll need to do is kind of turn up and let us know you're there, and we will show you where your tent is. It will, by Thursday, it will definitely be up for you with everything beautifully arranged.
Thank you very much.
Despina and Daphne, would you like supper on Thursday night?
If you ask me about food, I always say yes, Mariam.
You might
Good
be
girl.
late, so we'll keep it hot for you.
That'd be lovely. Yeah. I assume, I mean, my flight gets in at about 5:10. Then I have to go and find the hire car. So I think it'll be, I'm guessing it'll be around 7 by the time I actually arrive with, and meeting up also. I think Maria and myself are actually on the same flight, and hopefully Despina can actually find us and be, if she's sitting at the gate waiting for us, that would be ideal, but she's just gone off. So
Daphne, I think verbally, well, certainly by email, I made all that very clear, and I think you all seem to know what you were doing on that. So I think you'll be fine.
Great. I just haven't read her email back because it went into my spam, so I haven't seen it. But send it again. That's good. My only other question would be weather. I mean, it's pouring out of the heavens here. What's it likely to be doing at the weekend?
So
Well,
far, it's looking good.
well, it was tipping it down today, but not really heavy rain. I didn't get terribly wet, and it's meant to be lighter by Saturday. So I think it'll be showers now and
Okay.
then. And not too cold, which is the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a difference. It's to drop in people though.
But
So
we do have
so
a-
hopefully let's all just pray to the weather gods really hard out in the garden. Let's just have sunshine.
Wallace
Yeah.
and I will be bringing more than one spare hot water bottle for anyone who's desperate.
So, Em, I wanted to ask you, because you're the person who hasn't been to a storytelling festival before. Is any of this making sense?
Yeah, it's all making sense, don't worry.
Good.
You happy with it? Anything you're not sure about?
No, it's all good.
Oh, and you're arriving to camp and you're arriving by train. Oh yeah, Rasheen's already asked you. You could be all right carrying a tent all the way to the museum.
Yeah, mine's only little, it's pretty light, so should be good.
Do we have anyone that we know of that needs picking up from the station?
Not as yet.
Oh,
Mary,
man.
have you heard anything more from any of your people? Because none of the volunteers have said they need picking up.
The one person I don't know about is lovely Zara Afsa, who doesn't answer phone calls or emails, mostly because she spends a lot of time in Iran where she doesn't have much Wi-Fi. So she might suddenly need picking up the station, but apart from that, I don't know of anybody.
Okay.
My feeling is there's enough of us with some sort of transport that if someone suddenly rings up and goes, I'm stuck, given how many of us, I think we're probably a little more staffed on Thursday and Friday than we've been before. So I'm sure we'll have people who can pop up and pick people up.
And I will have a car, so if on Friday morning or anything, I could go off and get people if that was necessary.
Marvellous, thank you.
And what time would I come on Friday morning? Just to start things. What you're having a meeting at 11, isn't it?
Yes, so we'll be doing the last minute things from about 9, but
9.
come when you're ready.
Okay, I could be there for 9 if it was helpful. I say, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see
Let
how
me say,
Thursday.
Wallace and I, because I've got village matters to deal with before I come down on Wednesday, I've got to pick up my litter pickers from the Cubs. So we may be a little late arriving, but you'll be there, won't you, Mary? And you'll be able to let us in.
Yes, I'll have a card.
Marvellous, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a card, but I think me being up before 8 o'clock is quite a long shot, really. I've got to be honest about this.
But this is Wednesday evening because I'm dealing with the Cubs in the village, and then we've got to drive down, and so it might be 9ish or whatever. But
Lovely little cubs.
I've got them picking up all the litter. I've had the scouts out this week. It's brilliant. I'm just training all the local kids to clean up the rubbish in the village.
We believe in child labour in Norfolk.
Yeah.
I'm very approving, Wallace.
Daphne, are you staying in Stowmarket?
I'm staying at Norton. I'm staying about 7 miles from Stowmarket.
Is this at the Premier North?
No, my cousin has offered me a caravan. He lives there. In fact, all my cousins live around Bury and them. And I think, it'd be nice to see them a little bit. I'm planning to meet them all on Monday, but I think Saturday night they might have an idea, which is I'm trying to sort of. I don't want to miss anything at the festival, really, but we'll see.
Saturday
so
night.
yeah, it's not so far. So I thought if I hired the car, then it's easy for me to. But is there going to be somewhere? Will I be able to just drive in and out easily, or will I need passes and?
So there's very limited parking in the museum, and if you're toing and froing, actually you'd be better in the public car park outside. And it's a pay car park, but it's free on Sunday. And it's like something like £2 for the whole day. It's not very expensive.
Okay.
So yeah, if you can bear to park there, that would be great.
Yeah. That's great to know.
So,
and what about And food and that. I'm just thinking now about money and how much to bring because it's different money. And so the meals, this is just one meal a day, one meal ticket a day.
One
For
meal a
the-
day, yes.
Yeah.
And Asda is right opposite the
Yeah.
museum gates.
Okay, well that's really handy. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good one. Yeah.
Huge. You get lost in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Make a whole
no.
story up about being lost in there.
Yeah.
But it's actually also one of those supermarkets that actually an overgrown corner store, and everyone knows everyone in there. So it's
Oh, nice.
Marion, is the museum still card only for cafe and stuff?
Oh,
I think the bar is definitely. I don't know about the cafe. In fact, I meant to ask them today.
Okay.
I'll ask them tomorrow and check. There's at least one member of the team who doesn't do credit cards, so
Yeah.
we need to find out for him. Yeah. Well, we've spent a lovely hour talking about the festival. I almost feel I'm there already. I'm really excited now about working with you all. Any other questions, and millions of them will occur to you as soon as we finish this Zoom. Just post them in the wonderful WhatsApp group we're about all to join, or email them to me or Rasheen. And so thank you all very, very much for coming. It's been lovely seeing you.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you all this weekend. Thank you very
Excellent stuff.
much. Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
now off to Ambridge, to the Archers.
Oh, good.